Hello, welcome to our today's lesson. And today's lesson is all about structure of the atom and the periodic table. I'm your host, Hamale Manuel Onyonyi, and we will dive through the structure of the atom and the periodic table. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define an atom, state the components that make up an atom. We call them subatomic particles. Then identify the charge possessed by each of the subatomic particles. Now, in Form 1, through our Form 1 course, we were able to introduce chemistry as a branch of science that deals with the study of structure, properties, composition, and changes that matters undergo. Then we looked at matter, and most importantly, we were able to look at the particles of matter. And one of those particles of matter, we find that one of them was an atom. Therefore, students, an atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. Not all atoms take part in a chemical reaction, but it can. Now, let us look at this. An atom is also made up of particles. Now, as smaller as it is, we cannot see an atom with our bare or our naked eyes. An atom is magnified under the lens of a microscope. Then we will be able to identify its components. Now, as small as it is, an atom consists of smaller particles which are referred to as subatomic particles. And these subatomic particles are protons, neutrons, and electrons. As I have told you that these subatomic particles are seen when magnified under the lens of the microscope. Now, let us look at part of the characteristics of these subatomic particles. We shall look at them in terms of a charge. Protons are positively charged. Then neutrons have no charge, and therefore these are just neutral. Then electrons are negatively charged. Now, let's look at the structure of the atom. Here we are going to see the two regions of the atom and where these subatomic particles are found. Now, an atom consists of two regions. The central region that consists of protons and neutrons, and this region is called the nucleus, and a larger region surrounding the nucleus, which is consist of electron and energy levels. Then the combination of protons and neutrons are called nucleons. That's why they are found in the nucleus. Let's have the structure here. This is the structure of the atom. This is the structure of the atom. As we can see, the central region, which is consist of nucleus, which is the nucleus, and it consists of protons and neutrons. Then we have the larger region surrounding the nucleus. It consists of electrons and energy levels. We shall see this as we continue with this topic. We shall see this as we continue with this topic. Now, during your own time, define an atom. That during your own time, then state 3 subatomic particles and give their charges. We have already looked at that. Draw the structure of the atom and name its components, which we have already done. So your work is very easy. So when we meet next, we are going to look at the examples of these atoms in the periodic table, starting from hydrogen to the element number 20, that's calcium. And we will be, as we identify an atom in each of those elements, we will be looking at the number of protons that atom contains, the number of neutrons, and the number of electrons. Thank you. Let's meet next time. We will be looking at those examples, and if time allows, we will be looking at mass number and atomic number. Thank you. I have been your host, Kamala Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Thank you.